Hi guys, welcome back to another YouTube video. In case you're wondering what's on my eyes, why I look so scary, I was tinting my eyebrows. I don't know, I think I've let them stay on for too long, so they're actually becoming darker, but that's not a problem because you can actually just wash them off. By tomorrow they'll be gone. So today I want to do an eyeshadow tutorial for you guys. It's actually not that bad. Maybe I should have done like, I should have left this one. No, I think this one looks better than this one. Anyway, but we will work with that. Plus I was just trying. It's not like I really need to tint my brows because I can draw them, but I was just trying to see if I can actually tint my own brows. So in case you have this type of base, I'll show you how to rectify it in case you have very dark brows. So what you do, you just take a dark pencil, and then you basically, for this one, since it's already outlined, you won't need to do much. But first, the hack that I'd like to give you is you use a lighter powder. Just tap in the brows like that. Oh, and actually this is a bit thicker than this one, but don't need to worry. These things can literally come off by tomorrow. So this means if I want this one to come out, I actually will just wash this one off. But I'm not going to do that. I'll just try to make them look like sisters. So if you have like this type of situation, maybe you got your brows done wrong or anything, this is how you correct it. For your eyebrows, just use a slightly darker pencil. For me, I'm using Davis number 40. I usually use number 40 or number 3 depending on the look I'm going for. Sometimes if you want like very defined brows, I usually go for the number 3 and then outline the tail and then fill in the tail with the number 40, and then after the number 40 up just going towards the front of the brow, I fill in with the number 18, if you get me. So just like that, you just all you're doing is outlining. And the use of the powder, especially if you have dark brows, it just helps to lighten them up and then make them a bit translucent, so that when you're drawing on top, sorry, I keep on checking if my phone is actually recording and if it's recording well. So then after that, we are going to fill in the tail of the brow. Use very light strokes to fill in there. This goes to show that even if you have microbladed eyebrows, they need to be done a little bit. It doesn't mean that if you have microbladed brows, now you're giving your makeup artist an easy time. No, it does not mean that, because they literally have to draw. Like, you just have to like form to make them a bit lighter and to make them correspond to maybe the natural skin shade of your client or your own, if you're doing your own makeup. So I'm just sharpening. Make sure you're using a very, very sharp pencil, and my blade is not cooperating. So I'm using this number 3 to fill in the front of the brow. I want us to see the difference between what I had on and what I actually have now. And then, so you're just using very light strokes, fill it upwards, just draw hair like strokes like that. Don't worry, just feel free to extend it up to here, because eventually when you're doing your concealer and everything, you'll tap in there and it will rub off. So always feel free to like fill it in up to here, and then when you'll be concealing, you'll do that correction. So that's what you're doing there. Same to the other side. Don't worry if they look like they are too close. That shouldn't worry you. For me, I have very like little eyebrow hair, so I do a lot of shading in, but I use very little pressure. And then for people who have like eyebrow hair, you don't need to use a lot of pressure on your when you're doing the strokes. Also, you even don't need to fill it in as much. You only fill in the spaces where there's no hair. So I'm using this light concealer, this Maybelline H9 concealer. The number has rubbed off because it has been used so much. So I'm using this on my brow bone, just to on the arc. If you don't know what the brow bone is, it's actually this part of your brow. So what this helps is it helps to arc the brow and just helps to like highlight. It helps to highlight your eyebrow. So yeah, basically just using this on that part only. So you can drag it up to the end if you're good at blending, but if you're not sure about blending and you're using a lighter shade of concealer, just let it reach up to this point, and then from there you go in with a slightly darker foundation or a concealer or a foundation that's your exact shade. So what you do with that one is you go and just outline the front of your eyebrow like that, and the ends, assuming that you left this part here. If you don't know how to leave it here, just drag it and then you come in, do this with a foundation that your shade. Same to this one, the beginning. So if you want your brows to be even, they can't be twins, but they can be sisters. Try to, if you can even join these lines from here, just bring it like this to make sure that they're starting at the same level, and then from there you come back again and do your lighter shade of concealer at the arc of the brow like that. I like to use a flat brush as opposed to an angled brush, because I feel like with a flat brush I have more control. That's just me, but if you're a beginner, I'd advise you get an angled brush, something of this sort. This is quite small, but something that is tapered like this, like a right angled triangle would work best, because it gives you more precision when you're doing your brows. That, and then you come in with your lighter, your darker. Now use this brush to blend everything. I'll just drag everything down, but be careful not to rub your eyebrows. Just do that for your eyebrows like that. So you just making sure that the excess concealer that was there, you've actually dragged it down, so it's easy for you to blend now. Now you come in with your brush. A round brush would be nice. Now you come in with the brush and then tap. Be very careful not to rub the parts that you've already drawn. So for foundation, on top of my brows I usually use foundation, but I see like these days people can actually just leave it like that, but for me I prefer it being neat and everything. I know it's neat, but still we'll see the difference once you'll see the difference once I do it. Let me show you guys what I mean. So today I'm using this V Beauty foundation. This foundation is everything, guys. Full coverage, blends it so smoothly. And then what you're doing here, you're outlining the upper part of the brow. Make sure your brush is lying flat, not like this, but let it lie flat like that. And then use minimum pressure like that, just like that, and then bring it down. Do you see the way it's coming out nicely? So this is where you actually have the full control of how your eyebrow might look when you're concealing. So you can decide to thin it a little bit more, or make it thinner, make it thicker. This is where you decide how you want your brow to look. For me, I like my brow looking close to the natural shape of my brow structure. So I usually don't like it exaggerated. So what I do, I just press it, because I naturally don't have a lot of brow hair, so it would be ridiculous for me to draw thicker brows, because I don't have thicker brow hair, you get. So you want this to mimic the natural. It will not be as natural, but you want it to mimic your natural brows. So this is where you control it with the brush, just like that. Oh, I've drawn off the tail. In case you rub off something, just come in with a sharp pencil and do this. Just like that, and everything will be nice and back to the way it's supposed to be. We do the same for the other side. So you use minimum pressure, and then when you get to the arc, take a pause, take a deep breath, and then continue like this. I've cut it out kidogo, but what you can do is just use a sharp pencil as we did on the other one, like that, and the problem is solved. So after that, you can still see they're not like quite similar. There's a huge difference because this one is longer. So what we can do, because this one is longer, we just make it shorter. Just make this one shorter and a bit up here. Don't worry about here, because we are going to wrap this off as we'll be doing the foundation, everything. So this is the finished look for the brows. It's like halfway finished, but it's almost finished, like 3/4 way finished. So you blend out everything using your round brush just to make it seamless. Yeah. So I'm assuming if you want to start your eyeshadow journey, you do not have maybe eyeshadow primers like these ones or anything. So I want us to do it in a very basic manner. Let's assume you have a concealer, maybe the Heeeyyy concealer, like something that you can get easily. So for me, I'll go in with this on my lid, just like that. You see, I'll go in with that, then blend that out using this. When you're blending, just tap the product onto your lid and do not drag, just tap it. When you're tapping, it helps the product to settle in. So if you're using maybe the Heeeyyy, it's usually very creamy. So what you want to do after that, take some powder and set your lid first before you go in with any powder or any eyeshadow. Just set your lid like that. After you've set it, now what I usually advise people, if you're a beginner, to makeup, get an eyeshadow palette that has very neutral colors. It's a safe choice, but it's actually also an easy way. And easy, and also nude palettes are usually very classy. So for me, this is my nude palette. I've been using this palette for, I don't know, like since I started my makeup journey. This is my Reina Beauty palette. So what you do, you don't have to get the exact one, but what you can do is try to get a palette that has like these tones, these earthy tones, like the browns, the nudes, the peaches, the maroons, like deep colors, and also bronzy colors like this. If I swatch this here for you, you see there it's pigmented, and at the same time it's pigmented and still it doesn't, like, it's not shouting, but it has pigment. That is what you want to look for when you're looking for a good palette. But I'll do another video for what to look for when you're looking for an eyeshadow palette. So for this one also, you don't need a million brushes when you're starting your makeup journey. For instance, for eyeshadow, if I want to do a bronzy look, and I had this brush that I was using to blend out the concealer, for those earthy tones like browns, oranges, like not shouting oranges, like very light toned oranges, those are called transition shades. So what you do, all transition shades go here, you apply it on your outer corner and you just tap it. You do not drag, you tap it on your outer corner. You see, like for people with hooded eyes, I'll do a tutorial for a person with hooded eyes, but on someone with hooded eyes. But you see, like for people with my type of eyes, this is your crease. So if this is your crease, this is your outer corner. Everyone's crease and outer corner, everyone's outer corner is this place. Everyone's crease is here, just above your lid. When you open your eyes, where your eyes fold, that is your crease. So we are doing a brown here, and this brown you just tap it in here. You see, there it has pigment, like it's very earthy. That is the goal. For the other eye, we do the same. So for me, I like to do one thing on one eye and the next. I don't do it in one eye and then I finish. Also to save on brushes, and also not to confuse the brushes and everything. It's good to just do everything. Whatever you do to this eye, do to the other eye, including eyebrows and everything. So we are doing that. You see, if you want more pigment, we'll add as we go, but for eyeshadow, less is more. Learn to use less. So I'm assuming you still have this same brush. So if you still have the same brush and you want to like blend out, you see the way it has harsh lines here. So you cannot leave it like that. You have to blend this out to blend it smoothly into the skin, and so that the colors do not show where they start and where they end. So if this is the shade we use, we can decide to use this as the transition shade and the placement shade. So what we can do with this, I'm assuming you do not have maybe a lot of palettes, you have like just one palette. So we are using this, and maybe you cannot blend this and this. So let me teach you how to just make this your transition, and at the same time the shade that you start with, and like your holding shade. This is the shade that your base shade. So what you do, just take the same brush, but use very minimum pressure and just blend out the edge like that. But be careful not to go too close to the brow, and you can also just blend it while bringing it into the crease like that. You see, there it's becoming softer and it's blending in nicely. Be careful to leave this gap, this space here, because this is the brow. Don't blend it into the brow. You see, like that. So you can either do this, or you see the difference. This one is this is smooth and this is a bit harsh. So let's assume you have this and you have maybe a powder, and you have maybe a powder, your Maybelline powder, or let's assume you just have one powder. of this tone, or this tone, a slightly darker tone or a lighter tone. What you'll do with this powder is you'll take this powder and just use this to blend out the edge of this eyeshadow like that. You see it's blending out and it's becoming smooth, and you blend it into your eye and into your crease. You make sure everywhere is well blended. Yeah, so here I'm teaching you a look that only requires two eyeshadow colors. So this is, we've done our brown. Now let's go into the shimmer shade. So for shimmers, you can actually just use your hand to apply your shimmer shades. You don't have enough brushes and you still have just the same brush, use this brush. So what you can do, take a wet wipe, rub everything off so that it applies smoothly and softly. Just rub everything off like that. You see all the eyeshadow is coming out. And then when it's still wet like this, just take this and dip into your shimmer. I want to use this gold eyeshadow. This is what we are using. Yeah, this is what I'm using. So pick it very lightly, dust off the excess, and close your eyes, and then just you see that meaning, that pigment. Yeah, then tap it. For shimmery shades, you do not drag, you tap. You just tap. So you just tap this. You don't want to do this on your whole lid, you just want to do this half your lid like that. You see it's forming color. And did you notice that I haven't done any cut crease on this eye? What I'm doing is I just did the first color. This is the easiest eyeshadow tutorial you'll ever meet. So close your eyes and then just tap. Did you see that pigment on this palette? Like that. After that, come to the other eye and do the same. Be sure that you're keeping this only on your lid and you're doing it half on your lid, not the full lid. We're not doing the shimmer shades, we maintain here up to here. You do not extend your shimmer shades up to this point. And placement is key. Make sure you are tapping, do not drag, because these shimmer shades can get really messy if you drag. You see? Notice we didn't do any cut crease, so that is why you're seeing an overline of the shimmer here. But how to solve that? For this, we'll go in with you remember the transition shade we used, the brown. Now we go in with the brown and just tap in between the brown where the shimmer ends and where the brown starts. Make sure you're tapping there like that and around the shimmer shade like that, just around your crease. This is just to blend everything out and just to remove any excess that might have maybe tapped out of the crease while you're doing your shimmery shade like that. Do you see the difference between this one and this one? This is just placing. You've placed and then now you blend and you smooth everything out. So after this, now you blend everything out like this. Use a round brush. If you don't have a round brush, you can still do the same brush and then just do the wet wipe, and then after that you go in with it with that brown shade. You are using the same shade we had used as our transition. As I said, this is the easiest eyeshadow tutorial you'll ever see in your life. It's usually not as complicated. Just do this. Continue blending out everything like that. And when you're doing this, make sure you're using a close mirror so that you don't rub things off. You get? So like that. You see the way there's that smokiness on your eye at the same time. There's a shimmer and a bronzy look. So let's assume you didn't have a brush. You just do this and you apply it there. You get? And even this even gives you more pigment than using a brush. But I'm not advising you guys not to buy brushes, because brushes are great when it comes to blending, because you know you cannot blend with your fingers, but when you have brushes you can work wonders. Yeah, like that. You see, now we are done with that. So what we are going to do next is eyeliner. I'm not a cat eye fan these days. I used to be. I'm not quite a cat eye fan these days, but I would do, let's just say let's do a cat eye, because I want you guys to see how the whole look comes together. So you close your eyes and then just draw like that. Open your eye and then fill it in like that. You see, like that. So that's our cat eye. It's been ages since I last did a cat eye, like years. Like that. And you join it to your lower waterline, just like that. So after you do this, you want to clean up your cat eye. Let me show you how. This is a bit messy because like it's not as sharp as we would want it. So if it's not as sharp, what you do is just you get your concealer, and then just use your concealer very little. For makeup, for concealer, eyeshadow, little is more. Little is more. Generally for makeup, don't use a lot of product. Like that. Like that, and voila. It's sharp as a knife. Alternatively, if you don't know how to draw your cat eye, just use tape. Nobody will crucify you for using tape. So you see, we are done there. So what you do, you just wipe the rest of the face and then do the face and maybe do the lashes, and then we are done. For my face, I had already moisturized. My face using this Nivea Soft. This is actually a favorite of mine. I discovered this through some influencer on YouTube, on Instagram. Sorry, I discovered this on Instagram through some influencer there, and I've been hooked ever since. So let me do my face off camera, and then I come and show you guys the full look, how it would have come together. Okay, and this is the final look. I did the lashes and the foundation and powder off camera, since I'm not going anywhere and I'm going to sleep, so I didn't see the need of contouring and doing all the other stuff. I just wanted to put this look together for you guys to see. So you see the same eyeshadow I used here is the same one I just put in my inner corner, just to give it some little vibrance. Then on my lips is just pencil and a nude lipstick and lip gloss. So this is the final look. What do you think about this look? Tell me in the comment sections. Also tell me what type of what is your challenge with eyeshadow looks, and what would you like want to learn more about eyeshadow, and also generally just makeup. As you can see, I also didn't do my my waterline, because I'm literally going home, so I'm just going to remove this makeup, take a shower and sleep. So this basically the simplest eyeshadow look. You can see how it came together. You just put on some lashes, and these are my current favorite lashes, very light. You literally feel like they're your natural lashes. Yeah, I like how everything turned out, so I'm just imagining if I did the whole contouring and highlighting, how it would have turned out. But I still like the way it turned out. I did some little blush. I don't know if you guys can notice. I did some little blush, but I like how the look came together. Thank you guys for watching and for subscribing to my channel. Please continue subscribing. We are on the road to 500 subscribers. Please continue subscribing, share, and also like this video for more makeup videos and for more videos this year. In case you still don't know how to do makeup, this year is your year. 2024 is your year. Please, girl, know how to do your makeup. It is essential. I know, like, as much as people can afford professional makeup artists, but like you can't do that on a daily basis. So as much as you want your makeup to be done professionally, just make it as a point of just knowing the basics. Just know the basics. Know how to do your brows, how to do different lip combos, how to do your foundation, and just basic things. On top of all that, just know how to do your skincare. That is all. Okay guys, thank you so much. If I start talking, we'll continue this video up to I don't know when. Thank you so much for watching again. Please subscribe to my channel. We are on the road to 500 subscribers, and I'm so grateful for all of you who are still sticking around. And this year we are promising more content, and we are doing more content, not just promising. Thank you so much. Bye.